Yo, the baby needs to watch out. I'm going to tell you why the baby needs to watch out. White people are tired of this Negro being a little bit too combative. They'll judge him and they're sizing him up as violent. I can tell you how we can know this. Because they're tired of him swinging on one too many people that now they're trying to find a way to send him to jail. They have gone back to 2018. They've dug up the footage of the case where there was a cleanup on aisle O in Walmart. He left the nigga brain cells on the pavement, okay? And this is how it started. Am I tripping or is this the baby formula aisle right here? Is this it? He did say on the Breakfast Club he was getting some baby formula. Let me look at this. Is this baby formula? Look like it to me, ain't it? It is, right? It is, right? Holy. Anyway. And by the way, there's different stories. Dudes pulled up on the baby. They claimed they were trying to, play some music for him. He felt they were trying to rob him. You get me? By the way, at this time, the baby's a local celebrity. He's a local celebrity in Charlotte, and he's also a goon. He always got it on him. Look at this. So it looked like he got tired of the bullshit because they kind of surround him a bit. One's here, and there's another one here, and I believe another person here, and the baby's kind of probably back to this shelf with a girl. Okay? So what does the baby do? Anytime he feels threatened, he swings. You're going to see the swing right here. Bang. Right there. Straight to it. Swing first, ask questions later. That's one thing about the baby. You'll never see. Listen, and the baby know the hood rules. When you swing first, as long as you have somebody to break the fight up, you always kind of catch the win. You always catch a win. You get me? Anyway, he starts swinging. This is the weirdest part about it. The baby is in full fight with this guy. This guy is allegedly with this guy and another guy around here, and maybe two more. And nobody starts fighting the baby. This guy just stands here, which is weird. Look. Now, I'm going to be honest, and I got to slow it down just a bit. What happens after the baby does this, I don't know, we can't hear the audio. There's really no audio on it. There's a guy who's about to pull a gun out. They're about to pull a gun out right now. And the other guy's kind of trying to stop him. Look, right here. So him, I think this was going on. This guy, they're going to try to pull a gun out. You're going to see the other one try to stop him a little bit. Look at these two guys. Look. You see, he goes for something. He looked like he's reaching for something. So either he's reaching to stop him or he's reaching for something independently. The baby and this guy is scuffling. Look. This guy's reaction right here is interesting because his reaction tells me that this guy right here pulled out a gun. Because he looks like, he starts falling back. Look. You see? He starts falling back like this guy had a gun right here. You get me? And by the way, this guy did take out a gun right here. Look. So some people are watching this footage and not realizing what happened. The gun didn't come out at the end when the baby shot. The gun came out from this other guy. And this is one of those things where, by the way, rest in peace to, what's his name, Dex Osama. This is the real world, baby. You can't just pull out a gun just to scare people. When people see a gun, they're going to shoot you. Don't just pull it out for decorations. If you're pulling out a gun, you better be using it. Look, the baby pounces on this guy. Look, he reaches. Look at this guy right here. He reaches instantly. Look, instantly he reaches. Look, instantly. Are y'all seeing this? Let me make this bigger. Because y'all in my comment box on Instagram, and even on YouTube, not knowing what the fuck going on. That guy reaches instantly for the gun. Look, instantly for the gun. Look, he's reaching. The other guy, I don't know if he's trying to stop him. But as soon as he pulls it out, this guy backs up. I think he was either expecting the guy to shoot the baby right there or point the gun at the baby, hoping the baby would stop fighting. Look, see, he's pulling the gun. The other guy's stepping back. This guy's going to step back. Look, he got the gun. I don't know if you can really see it, but he has a gun in his hand. Okay? The baby's in the moment. The baby's wrestling with this guy. Keep in mind, this is the second dude I see the baby punched that wasn't startled. The baby liked to hit the first punch, and usually the first Falcon punch get them niggas discombobulated, and then he's giving them the beats. Look. So this guy has the gun. I think he has it trained down right now. Look. Then they start moving over here. I don't know if people are screaming out gun. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. By the way, there's an affidavit towards this. They said somebody did say there's a gun around, but I don't know if it was at this point of the video somebody said it. Okay, it's going to change camera angles. So this is the guy who's still following. By the way, this is the guy who gets killed, by the way. So he took the gun out, and I don't know what do you think this is. Like, he got a gun out in his hand. And by the way, this is why the baby probably didn't get charged. Bro, the dude, like, to keep it real, if that dude had took the gun out and gave the baby a Legos, different story. But a nigga took the gun out, walking around, now it gives the baby a reason for self-defense because he's fighting somebody, and the person with the baby, with the guy he's fighting, has a gun in his hand coming towards him. Come on now, you feel me? Okay, wait, my bad. Okay. So now, look. Now they're walking away. They're going to go to another camera. I think this girl right here, she's with the baby, I think. I think so. Look, they go to another camera. You're going to see them at the bottom of the screen. The baby's he's wrapped up with this dude. They're both trying to slam each other. The baby, who's a little nigga, really, he's stocky. So, like, you know, he looked like he's also bottom heavy. Niggas ain't slamming him. Like, you know, the dude was trying to slam him really badly. The dude was not slamming him, but the dude was skinnier than him, even though the dude was taller than him. Okay, so right here, you see, I don't know if you can see it too well, but the baby's here, the other guy's here, then the guy with the gun comes around here, right? I could imagine somebody shouting out, oh, he has a gun because he has the gun in his hand. That's the problem. The guy had the gun in his hand, but the baby's wrapped up with this other guy. Now, the baby sees that. The girl is going to walk up. I don't know if the girl's trying to hit this guy. The girl's going to walk up, and the baby's going to detangle from this guy. And when he detangles, he's going to pull out his gun. By the way, here's the thing as well. The baby has a gun on him. When they're wrapped up, who knows if the guy wrapped up with him actually says, yo, he has a gun with him. Because if you're wrapped up with somebody, bro, you're going to feel a gun. You get what I mean? Like, if you wrapped up with somebody, y'all both trying to slam each other, bro, if you're leaning against his body, he leaning against you. If you're leaning against something you feel like it's a gun, you might say it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's happening, but clearly the baby's in a very heightened situation where he sees another nigga with a gun. If he gets slammed, it probably is over for him, and he's fucking maneuvering not to get slammed. Let's keep going. You want me to zoom in a little bit more? I will. Look, so they're at the bottom. This is the guy who gets killed. This is the baby. This is the guy he's wrapped up with. Here goes the girl right here. She's right there, and she's coming into the screen. Now it looks like she's trying to... She hits the guy with the gun. You see it? The woman, so she got beat with the baby. She hits the guy with the gun. So she's probably screaming out because she has a gun in his hand. She's probably screaming out to the baby, yo, he got a gun. And she probably hits him. You know what I mean? And then the baby realizes, fuck this tangling shit. Let me get this nigga off of me. And I gotta go out shooting. They don't show the shots being fired. But it's interesting. The baby must have threw that nigga off of him and pulled his gun. But the baby didn't shoot the nigga who he was tussling with. He shot the nigga with the gun. You get what I mean? By the way, we don't know on these footage if the guy points the gun at the baby, like at that moment. But the guy just got hit in the face by the girl. He got a gun in his hand. The baby was wrestling with this one guy, kind of probably moves him out of the way, pulls his gun, and shoots the guy. I don't know how many shots, but he shot him right in the head. And right here, you could see the baby falls down after probably, I don't know if he was just shooting with his back turned, that type of shit. But he shot, he fell down, and he's over here. And this is when, like, I know the caption for right here. He's putting the gun back in his waistband. Look. And he's looking. And this walk right here is that walk when you do something that you kind of regret. And you walk and be like, I told y'all niggas is not fuck with me, man. I told y'all don't fuck with me. I was just getting some baby for me. I told y'all not to fuck with me, man. You ever do some shit like, I told y'all, man. Why y'all let me do that? And you can just look. He's kind of pacing a bit. Watch. You can see like he just looked tight like, man, I told y'all, man. Fucking told y'all, man. Now that nigga's dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. I read through the extensive report by Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones wanted him to go to jail. I read through the extensive report. They try to, you should hear the mama for the nigga who died. Oh, he was a good boy. He was this, he was that. He was an angel. He was that. I ain't saying he wasn't, but come on now. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all, hold on. Y'all want to read that story? Let me read that story. Rolling Stone. Man, they was talking about that nigga like he was a saint. Look, they still got a feature. They want him to go to jail so bad. Look, here we go. You know, anytime for black people, when they want that nigga to look like a thug, they're going to use the picture of the nigga with the 2 Dracos in his hand and a spliff out his mouth. They use the best picture of this kid. Graduating high school. Look. Still living in Charlotte. The mom is suffering from anxiety, learning of her son's death when she was sent a graphic image being shared on social media of his lifeless body near a pool of blood. She says she steers clear of anything related to baby, finds his music triggering. Before his death, her third child, before the death of the guy, which is her third child, she shopped every week at the same Walmart, which was shot dead. She can't even drive past the location now. I kind of stay home, blah, blah, blah. Look, Jalen's father, who was a truck driver, says him and his son was inseparable. He says he has trouble understanding how his son wound up dead, claiming the baby claiming the 19-year-old had to been looking to cause trouble. My son wasn't even like that. He wasn't even gangster. We didn't raise him like that. Yeah, these articles be hilarious. My son wasn't even like that. Of course he had a Draco on him, but he wasn't like that. He wasn't even gangster, but he definitely pulled the gun quickly. We didn't raise him like that. Yeah, well, we know. It's one of those. It's one of those, chat. My son not even like that. He was just a good boy. I can't believe it. This is so shocking. Okay. All right, we get it. They believe that his killing was unjustified, but his story is going unheard. They're trying to stay under the radar. During the trial for the concealed weapon charge, they turned up to speak with local outlets, sharing the story of their son. They disputed the unfounded rumor that Craig had attempted to rob Kirk. They claim it was the rapper who started the altercation by throwing the first punch. Kirk destroyed their family. We never heard from nobody. Henry Douglas learned that his best friend since 4th grade was dead. Listen, man. Y'all seen the footage. The baby hits him. Well, all right. Let me give you some legal background on what allegedly is supposed to happen, right? Which is kind of a confusing case. That's why I know like um Rolling Stone is definitely trying to get him locked up. So in most states, right, that allow self defense, like in Florida, if I'm with my friend in Florida or I'm with my girl in Florida, if somebody attacks her or him, I'm allowed to operate in self defense on behalf of said person, if you get what I mean. So put it like this: if the baby had pulled out a gun and aimed it at this guy, let me just point it. If the baby had pulled out a gun and aimed it at this guy, and this guy is with this guy has all right to pull out his gun and shoot the baby. And it's acting as self-defense for this guy. So self-defense could be used for another person. You could act in self-defense for someone else. I believe, and again, I haven't read the whole thing of how, like, the grand jury probably looked at the murder charge, because there probably was a grand jury for it, or I don't know, manslaughter or something like that, because he only got he got a weapons charge off of it, nothing in terms of like murder or whatever. They probably looked at it like this. This was a fist fight. Even though the baby seems to be the aggressor, this was a fist fight, right? At no time was this guy's life in danger that would require the force, and it's all about deadly force. Pulling out a gun is deadly force. This guy pulls out a gun, and even though, for example, if this nigga had just knocked out the baby, he wouldn't get charged with assault because it could be just self-defense, right? For his friend who was getting beat up by the baby. But because he pulls out a weapon, I'm thinking it's no longer self-defense, because it's not a situation where you could pull out a weapon. You get me? Now, the baby seeing that weapon, it switches that situation on top of his head, because the baby now, who is confused by the situation, and they can't prove that the baby knows that guy had the gun for him. The baby could just think he's just being attacked from whoever. The baby sees the gun, and the baby shoots this guy. Somebody said he should just watch the fight. Now we a pack. Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird, man. Kirk's memory of the lead up to the shooting aligns with Douglas. Oh. According to the 45 minutes testimony he gave, Kirk gave to Lesser, obtained whatever. In the midst of shopping, with Osborne and their so the baby was with their kids. Oh, I think that matters too. I ain't gonna lie, that probably helped him out. The baby was with a girlfriend, and I don't know if it's the baby's kids or just her kids. The baby was with kids and a woman, which makes that story's gonna seem more sympathetic. Like if the woman also says the same story, like, yo, we were shopping in the baby aisle, some niggas try to come up, try to rob him, fight ensued, and somebody died, they're gonna believe most likely the person who seemed like they were acting in defense of that woman. You know what I mean? They're staring at me like they recognize me, like they was about to come pull a gun out. Kirk told detectives. Okay, that's interesting. So the baby said they looked like they were going to pull a gun out, or you seen a gun. See, that's a big difference. Adding that he assumed the teens were looking to cause trouble. You see, this is Rolling Stones. Like, they're adding some narrative to it. Like, it's making it seem like the baby just made some wild assumption. What I'm hearing from it, they see me with my girl and my kids and think this is a perfect opportunity to do something to them. They're trying to get me to provoke them so they could pull a gun out. Throughout the interview with the police, Kirk repeatedly plays up being a loving, protective father. Mentioned he was doting on his daughter, holding up outfits with hearts and unicorns, planting kisses on the 1-year-old and giving her a lollipop. He alludes to feeling vulnerable with two people allegedly lurking nearby while he was out with his family, confessing to the police to having a firearm with him. So he told them he had a firearm with him. Both Douglas and Osborne told police that Kirk initiated a conversation, calling out something to the effect of, Do you know me? Oh, so the baby said, you know me? Recognizing Kirk's voice, Douglas says he responded, I thought that was you. We turned around and walked off. So this is the guy who was getting his ass beat. He's saying that they were kind of lurking, but the baby said, yo, I know me. And he was like, yo, yeah, I thought that was you. And then they said they walked off. Douglas claims that he was about to say hello to a woman he knew in the store and walked past Kirk again. And Kirk seemed intent on creating an issue, demanding to know what he and Craig were doing, insisting on going to the parking lot to fight. Kirk claimed to police that Douglas at first suggested the idea of fighting. Okay, finally the baby started using his fucking brain. Like, the baby be telling the police a little bit too much shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wait, where is that? Okay. Douglas claims he had never been in a fight before, Cap. Well, actually, he might be, because the way the baby was watching that nigga might have never been in a fight in his life. But because of acquaintance of Kirk, seemed ready. An acquaintance of Kirk? What do you mean acquaintance? The baby wasn't with nobody. The acquaintance of the baby seemed ready to get involved too. Douglas said he wanted to defuse the situation. Douglas said he agreed to go outside, thinking he and Craig would just hop in their car, park near the entrance, and leave. In line with Douglas' account, as he takes a few steps back and slightly turns, Kirk is seen on surveillance footage unexpectedly launching into Douglas. Duh. Like, it's the baby, nigga. As soon as the baby said to them niggas, like, yo, I try and go outside, we could handle this. Them niggas like, I bet, let's go outside. Nigga, we not making it out. Them niggas are stupid as hell. Them niggas never made it past Alo. Them niggas never made it past Alo, bruh. No cap. Yo, let's go outside to fight. The baby was like, this nigga think I'm stupid. Yo, hold this pussy. I ain't gonna lie, the baby a real nigga for that, man. One of them ain't make it to the parking lot. Holy. In line with Douglas' account, as he takes a few steps back, slightly turns away. Kirk is seen, blah, blah, lunging and blah, blah, blah. Begins to tussle with Douglas, try to get him to jump. Tries to get the jump on. Either blah, 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 blah. All right. While Douglas claims he never saw Craig draw a weapon. Cap! Osborne and Kirk told police they saw Craig pull out a gun while the rapper was entangled with the other dude. Duh. And Kirk told the police he heard Osborne, which is a girl. The girl was saying, he got a gun! He got a gun! One witness, which is a Walmart customer, told police he saw Craig with the weapon in his waistband area. Okay, so that nigga was open carrying then. So the nigga who got killed basically was showing off a gun. Customers saw it, took the gun out, was walking around like he's a police officer with the gun and got shot. The hell? A Walmart employee, yeah, all right, cool. Which ultimately concluded that the prosecutors couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Kirk didn't act in self-defense. So I say he's trying to get around his homeboy and shoot me. Kirk says, excitedly telling police he discharged the firearm multiple times. When I break loose and get free with my gun, his homeboy right there, and I shoot. Boom, boom, boom! Damn. Listen, man. I knew that nigga, the baby was a menace.